Lashing is the process of using rope to bind objects together. It can be used to make things intricately or can make something structural, like a bridge, ladder, or platform. There are many different ways to lash, but mainly all lashes have 4 steps. They have a starting knot. They have a portion of wrapping the rope around. They contain frapping, or tightening the rope so that the lashes grab the objects. And they all have an ending knot. To do a square lashing, I will start with a clove hitch on one of the poles I am trying to lash together, making it nice and tight. I will then begin to wrap over and under the 2 poles, doing it enough times that I will be certain that they will be securely fastened. Being tight right now is not super critical, as that is the job of the frapping. Once I have wrapped around enough, I will then begin to frap by wrapping my line between the 2 poles, pulling tight. This causes the wrapping to grab securely to the 2 poles. To end this lashing, I will use another clove hitch. This lashing is good for when you want to bind 2 poles together at a right angle. To tie 2 knots together at angles other than 90 degrees, we will use a diagonal lashing. To tie the diagonal lashing, I will start with a timber hitch around both poles. I will then wrap my line around the 2 poles in one direction and then the other direction. Once I am confident with my wrapping, I will then frap between the 2 poles and finish it off with a clove hitch. To lengthen 2 poles, we use a round lash. The round lash starts with a clove hitch around the 2 poles that you would like to lengthen. I will then wrap the line around the 2 poles in one direction. At the end of this lash, another clove hitch around the 2 poles is tied. The shear lash is a lot like the round lash, except is created with the purpose of having 2 poles bend and being able to adjust to any angle. Starting with the clove hitch on one of the poles, wrap the line around the 2 poles, and then frap between them. Finish the lash by tying a clove hitch on the other pole. To make a tripod with lashing, we use a special tripod lash. Start with a clove hitch on one of the poles. Then weave over and under between all of the poles in your tripod. Frap between each of the poles in your tripod. Finish by tying a clove hitch on one of the poles. If you tied your tripod tighter than mine and didn't try to stand it up on plastic, it would.